Okay, good morning, everyone. We'll start our last lesson. Today lesson will go through assignment discussion. As you know me, my name is Sattar. Please, if you log in on Moodle, and we'll go through what we covered first, and then we'll go through what we're supposed to do in assignment and how we can address all the learning outcome, where we can find the resources. I already shared with you a few books, those are available, and please you can follow them as well. And I mentioned you a couple of good websites, which is one of them was Kaplan, ACCA Global, Tutor to You, SEMA, Open Tuition. These are all, we can use the resources from those websites are given. Or you can find ACCA article on particular issues. Otherwise, we can look around the Google Scholar is quite good, where we can find the research papers on various issues, which we can use them as a reference, in your assignment. So that's quite good to use. Okay, so we'll start, so please log in and we do a bit recap what we learn, and then we'll go through assignment brief, how we can address all the learning outcome within. Okay. Give me 1 minute. I'll download and share with you. Okay. And we'll share with you the samples as well. Okay, welcome. We'll start. Hope so you can see the slide. So during our lesson 1, we learn about understanding the element of law affecting the commercial practice. We discuss about the contract law. We discuss about element of law. We discuss about law of agency, agent, and principal. And we discuss about tort law, negligence, and the claim and purpose. That's which we had a discussion in these lessons. So please, these slides are quite useful to use for your assignment. So it's good to be cross read them first and rewrite it, and you can reference from various books as well, which I'll show you. Okay, then we had a lesson 2. Please, in lesson 2 we learn about understanding the company and insolvency law. So insolvent and liquidation administration. So we discuss about liquidation. Okay, veil, unveil, liability can be unlimited if the unveil, the company is the director involved in the frauds. Okay, so key terminology, the company, we discuss about Company Act, we discuss about public-private company with the case laws. Please, you can cross-reference. Insolvency, we discuss about the rules for, and we discuss about various source of the company's laws, and we discuss about advantages, disadvantages. We went through further, directors, secretaries of memorandum, article association, which we had a discussion in our lesson. Then 2.2, we discuss about role and responsibility of directors and shareholders. Actually, shareholders are the owner of the company, and directors can be in a public limited company, can be agent. Okay, explain the process in insolvency. Even though the theory could, the company intend to continue the existence forever, but we can look around. Assets are sold, proceed of sales are used to pay off these to whom we owe the money. That's in really we need to be. So that's administration, liquidation. We went through by law, and we won voluntarily global financial crisis back 2008, and we discuss about insolvency process. Again, the given situation can be, and if you want distinction criteria, analyze the aspect of the capital maintenance, how we can maintain the capital, treasury shares, and exceptions, which we all had a discussion in lesson two. So please, you can refer back if you want for the deep dive. Kaplan is quite good, the company law and chapter of the book, which further you can explore and you can add, the reference. Understand the impact of the criminal law and the professional organization. So we discuss about criminal and different legislation in the law. We discuss about ethics, bribery act, money laundering, computer, cybercrime act. These we need to be make sure organization are secure, and GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation, Health and Safety Regulation, because these are the legislation very important to keep. Either you remember it in practice or you work for someone else. So ethics are the moral principle. We discuss 5 professional code of ethics. Popular people chat in office, which is mean, professional behavior, professional competency, due care, confidentiality, integrity, and objectivity. These are 5 professional code of ethics we had a discussion on. We discuss, the conceptual framework, principle approach, which is ethics come under principle, and the laws, which is a tick boxes. And we discuss about criminal laws, which is if we don't meet the legislation, that's crime. Civil ethics come under the civil laws. We discuss who set the ethics, International Federation of Accounting and International Ethical Standard Board. We discuss about loan or public in public office. If you own, what ethics supposed to be you follow. And we had a discussion about sustainability, CSR, corporate social responsibility. We had a discussion about corruptions, money laundering, imprisonment. Yes, 14 years, 5 years, and 5 years is the tipping off as well. Failure to disclose also leads. So we have to look around these all the legislations we discuss. Managing professional independency, and we discuss about bribery. If you've been bribed, you give money to the foreign national and office for the sake of your own benefit, is confidentiality and disclosure. So all these, the legislation we discuss in lesson 3. Okay, then we have a lesson 4. So please, lesson 4, you have a lot of extra slides as well within these lecture slides. Okay, we discuss about the requirement data protection. We discuss about intellectual property right. If you want to register your brand in the legislation, we discuss about employment legislation, express and implied term of the contract, intellectual property right for the businesses. That's all we had a discussion. We discuss about ACAS, the code of conduct as the employment law. So those also slide there. So please, you can consult. We discuss paternity and maternity leave. We discuss national minimum wage. We discuss Equality Act 2010, gender pay gap, and various other legislation, because all these legislation merged into single legislation, which is Equality Act 2010. Hope you can hear me. Please, if any question you carry on asking, you can chat in the chat box. Okay, let's please will go now assignment brief, which we'll look in a minute. That's quite crucial, which we'll do a bit discussion on. Okay, let's please. Okay, so please, we've been given assignment brief on our Moodle page. We pick some point, the generic guidance. Please, a word limit assignment can be 3500 minimum. It can be merit distinction criteria to your address. Task 1, it can be report form, which is 2500, 10% more, 10% less. And report 2, task 2, which is also report 1500 words. So it's together is saying 4,000 words, but 10% more, 10% less, that's absolutely fine. Tips, please. You have to be make sure look around the command verb, explain, define, describe, assess, examine, clarify, analyze. These can be command verb, which we can divide the words if you want to. Please make sure you do Harvard reference if you've done the assignment before. Your The guidance is available on our Moodle page as well. So please follow. If you're struggling, let us know. We can book, one-to-one, and we can go through if you're doing after a while, assignment. So minimum 6 reference, we can do article reference. That's the little guidance for you. You can do more than that, no harm. 10% more, 10% less, please. Your declaration form that need to be signed the top of the assignment, because that's, declaration means it's my piece of work. I'm not copying someone else's data. That's, really we need to be the declaration form is available on our Moodle. You've been given a little scenario in your assignment brief, please. You have to follow. You are working as an accounting firm as a junior assistant in department dealing with the small and the medium-sized businesses. As a part of your training, you have been, asked to do initial review of the following cases that the partner picking out the issues and discussing possible solution, and you will write the report to the partner based on each case, citing the relevant the case law. So you can pick, the case law. I shared with you the contract book, which is contract law book, and you can pick, anything like it can be invitation to treat, or it can be offer acceptance that wasn't there, that wasn't contract, or anything like similar can be absolutely fine. Okay, a client Judy who has started new training businesses want advice on the number of issues relating her business. You must deal with each. So Judy is trying to decide whether to become a limited company, but does not know what this would involve. So what is meant by limited company? So please, this is we looking LO2 in task one. First thing we're looking LO2. What is LO2 mean? Learning outcome two. Within that, you've been given the scenario. So it means you can open the lecture two slide, and those are the relevant for this. So we're looking the company form under the Company Act 2006. Company registered in the company house. Company can be start with £1 directors, and yes, in one director can be in LTD, and various other say responsibility true and fair, and deal with the shareholders in the LTD can be more private shareholders. So here shareholder and director can be same person uh, in the LTD. Company Act talk about have the company form, referring to the scenario, advantage, disadvantages of the company, because the more legislation involved. Company account need to be submit the company house that you have to do, uh, and advantage, disadvantage you have to discuss about. So please, that's which we have in. So you've been given the guidance here, all the guidance. Please analyze the role and responsibility, what you can. And we copy the link for you as well, please, if you want to. If you're struggling, you can read and write from. Okay, then you move to the given distension your reports, please. You have the D criteria. So if you look discussing the section of the Company Act, capital under section 641 of the Company Act 2006, reduce the or cancel the liabilities and return capital in the excess of the company needs, the cancel the paid up capital and so on. So that's come under all. This is our LO2, which is in task one. First we looking. Any question? The task one, we have the B scenario as well. In B scenario is being asked. August Judy asked you, Brother John, who is not a part of the business but helping out the approach of the small businesses in the town and where they live, their office furnitures and equipment for thousands, but needed to be collected and moved to her own office and the premises by 25th August. The owner, which is Harry in this case, say will think about this. On the 14th August, Harry sees the John is the local coffee shop and says he would like to sell a furniture and equipment, but he wasn't be able to part with it until 31st. He can deliver it to Jody office, and John says, and this will be fine. So we're looking the scenario in terms of the contract. Is it contract or not? Jody then sent Harry email saying she has changed her mind as her uncle has given her some office furniture and equipment. Harry writes back saying they have a contract. They will be delivering everything on 31st and expected payment using the scenario right. So please, you have to look around in the light of the five elements of the contract. There should be offer, there should be acceptance, there is a agreement, there is a consideration, or it was offered to treat, they didn't agree, and it's before actually the perform the contract not proceed. So that really we need to be look around. That's not becoming the contract until we have. So analyze elements are the nature of the contractual agreement. Refer back to the slide which we can look around in the lectures. Please allow one. Look around explain the principle of agency and impact of the practices agent and agency theory. Please slide you've been given, and even the slide number is given. Please you can read and write, and the reference please from the book can be, I'll just show you. To gain the distinction in your report, evaluate the implication of the agent and agency theory and the secretary relationship, what we have, and how we can keep, in this case, who is the principal, who is the agent, and Harry is the sailor. So that's, which we can, and between them is the agency relationship, and there was an offer and acceptance, and we need to be look around in the perspective. And then please see part in task 1, which is 4.1 and 4.2 and 4M ABC. So we looking, the Jody is concerned about the information intellectual property right. Here we discussing about, so it means there is a written LO4. It means you can open the lecture 4 slide, and please you can refer back to, and that help you to address your the learning outcome. So we have the data protection legislation, you can intellectual property right, you can IP, and you've been given here the IPO, intellectual property right organization. If you click that, you can read and write, and even you can reference. Yes, assess the importance of intellectual property right in merit criteria, valuing the intellectual property right, caste-based variation, market variation, and income-based we can, and we discussed already. And then please we have the D part of this, which we looking at this case we're looking 1.3 assessment criteria and 4.1. This means lesson 1 and lesson 4 is the element which you can use for this. So electrical equipment not properly checked, several people suffered minor injuries, and this is all about the Health and Safety Act as well, which we can scenario discuss the law of tort negligence, employment laws, and the contract and termination. So these elements can be which we can refer back to, so we can discuss about, and you've been given the slide reference, please you can use. Any question? Sila, any question if you have, please? No, okay. Let's and then please we can day loan, a limited company, a small loan company is, so they we looking the insolvent, task 2 insolvency, lending, credit check, the poor, the criminal charges, if penalties if we not give the advice or been misled financial information. So we've been given 2.3 here assessment criteria, so which is mean lesson 2. Then we have relationship between legal principle, legislation, care laws, that's our 3.1. And then explain the elements of the consequences, malpractice, bribery act, imprisonment, what is a bribery act. So that's gov.uk is explained, as well as in our lecture slides, please, is week 3. So we can look around, explain the offenses and penalty related to money laundering. Thus, AML is very important. Even you can annual money laundering legislation and reviews, please, which is a member of IFA, and the cyber crime, and why is percentage of increased crime. That's absolutely fine to include. Gain a merit and your report, advice, insolvency process, given situation, bankruptcy, debt relief orders, and all these key terminology. If you one or two you're discussing, then it means you're meeting the distinction and the merit criteria. So that's we been given in the scenario, please, that's which we can look around. Okay, please, as it's given in the assignment brief, and we abstract into everything in the slide from the assignment brief, and that can be your cover page. Please assess assignment on law for accounting submitted by UK Versity. Then second page can be your please is content page, and then please you can look around. So task one, we discuss about business as a limited company we choose. You can discuss about advantage, sole trader, partnership, limited company. It's comparative if you want, and as we discuss in, so it's based on our LO2. So please consult your lesson 2, and then move to B part, which is contract and agency. In this case, we mentioned the sources can be Kaplan, Open Tuition, ACCA-F4, Lesson 1 slide, which is please, and I included some. Please, you will see according to Kaplan, contract is the legal binding between two parties. Contract can be any form, it can be written and oral. I included here reference which we got from the Kaplan. So please is the reference. This is the Kaplan 2020, and the full link will be in the reference page, which I'll show you in a minute. And please, if you're using any, these are the element of the contract which we discuss in our. So please, you can, if you right click on that, it's a insert caption. Yes, so please you can insert it. It's figure numbers and element of contract that you giving the title and the reference tab. So in my discussion, I can relate to as figure 1 indicate, demonstrate the element of the contract. So then that's contextualize if any pictures, any graph, anything you want to use. Explain the principle of agent or agency theory. Assess the validity of the contract. A contract is valid or not, and the relationship between the principal and agent. So that's quite crucial, which we can. Then we have intellectual property rights, please. That's which we included the website again, and we mentioned lesson 4 slide as we given the guidance in the our how to write these slides, which assignment discussion slides are good to cross refer if you want to, please, and you can get the guidance from. Okay, so that's which we have. Then law for employment. So employment, it can be self-employed, employed. You can discuss even if you want to add the case of the Uber taxi, because that was considering self-employed actually was controlled by, because employed means the control someone, yeah, through. And please, any legislation related to employment, we mentioned lesson 4 F4 exam paper, ACCA gov.uk quality act, employment contract, tutor to you, where we can find stuff, and Kaplan are of course Google Scholar, which is generic, everything we can find it. So then please, we have task 2, which is all about insolvency. Explain the process. We divide all the discussion, and this is based on our LO2, 2.3, LO3, 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, which is mostly is based on LO3, learning outcome 3, and all the key source, being mentioned. And then you can draw a little conclusion in this assignment. We concluded that the ethics are very important. We discuss about contract is, it should be, and the contract play the key role in deciding the clear role and responsibility of offer and acceptance. And then we please all the reference, we mentioned there Kaplan 2020, it's been cross-referenced, where this came from is website, which we access date and retrieve. Anything you want further, if you can even lot of cases, if you want to refer, you can include in appendix in the report, you can cross-reference as see in appendix A. You can snip it and you can add it, and you can add the source of it. Yes, that's the way we need to structure the assignment. Please, sample assignment available on Moodle. If you're really struggling any issues, we have, I shared with you the books and other resources. I can share in the chat box for you as well. If you want to download, you can, but is available on our Moodle page too. So I'll share with you F4 of ACCA English Law book, which is you can use it for reference, please, if you want to. That's quite good to use. And here you go for this. And please, I'll send you now I shared with you in the chat box. Please, you can download if you want to. It's available on our Moodle page as well. But if you want now, you want to create your own folder, you can please. And I'm sharing with you the things which I shown you in our subject area, which is okay. So I'm sharing with you assignment guidance document, assignment discussion, contract law book, please. If you want to refer back to our LOs, task one samples. Yes, all slides is available. And please, when you do, you can even look around the unit contents. That also help you because those the unit content document is available. Okay. That's all from my end, please. I shared with you all the documents. And today we discuss about how we can structure our assignment, where we can find the resources, and how we can meet the learning outcome. Any question if you have, please, you can ask. Otherwise, we'll keep up to here and have a nice holiday. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Hope some point we'll speak you when we start a new unit in New Year. Any question, please, if you have, before we finish? Yes, no? Okay. In terms of plagiarism, please, you can send us. We have a flap scan. We check, but if you're writing your own words and you putting the reference, that's absolutely fine. If you want to check before, because no problem. If we think, there is a lot of plagiarism and similarity is very high, we get back to you and you can submit on the ukversity.co.uk. Our back office carry on scanning individually. We do flap scan, not turntable. Okay, so that's which we so if you write your own word reference there, that's absolutely fine. And if we feel there are too much similarity, we can send you back and with the report, and we say you can amend it little bit and you can resubmit it if that's the case happen. But if those people write in here, that shouldn't no problem then. Thank you. Any other question, please? No. Okay. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Enjoy your time. I will speak you some point. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye now.